Welcome everybody to this video. I have been watching this video that we're about to watch make the rounds a little bit. So I know what the premise is. The title is the single mother VTuber that overcame everything. And that alone is like, you know what, the perfect title. I haven't seen this video. It keeps getting recommended to me. And it's probably getting recommended to a lot of you, and it's something I would like to watch. So I figured, why don't we sit down and react to this? I'm excited for this. I don't know what's about to expect. I feel like I might cry. Who knows? Who knows? But regardless, why don't we get started?
On April 9th, 2025, a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Ray posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter who started kindergarten.
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring. Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From these two sentences alone, I knew I had to tell Ray's story to the Western audience. Inspired, I DM'd Ray for an interview to learn more about this Brazilian story of being a single mother in Japan and being able to support her only daughter through her VTuber activities. Ray graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I will tell
it's like, okay, this is like an interview.
This story begins with
like
a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual. Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Ray got dumped. If things
ain't that always the
fucking
intense, story, huh?
She found out that she was pregnant.
The day I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant, I felt anxious. My parents were repeatedly in and out of the hospital, and I don't have any siblings. I wasn't sure if I could raise a baby properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Ray was a physical...
You know what? That's fascinating because it makes me wonder, how does she go to streaming from there? Because honestly, if... I can't get pregnant, obviously, but if I had a kid suddenly or was about to have a kid, the last thing on my mind would be streaming. Like I am doing it now and I make money off of it, but I don't make enough to live off of it. So I have to focus on my job more than ever and probably stop streaming. So I wonder how she gets from point A to point B in this. Maybe she was already streaming and then really embraced it. I'm not sure, but maybe we'll find out.
Weak person, so people around her was concerned about whether she could safely give birth. What shifted Ray's mind was her familiar duties to her father and grandmother. Both of these family members told Ray personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter, and these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
My father received a terminal prognosis and my grandmother was already of an old age. I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive, and this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
It was important to mention that Reika's birth itself was a difficult one. Due to Ray's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child rearing process. It got so bad at one point, the doctor approached Ray's father and asked him, "Do you want to save Ray or Reika?" Thankfully,
Oh my god. Like, we're 2 minutes in and this is like a devastating story. Oh my goodness.
they both did their best to persevere, and so Reika safely came into this world. It was during this time where a president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to become an idol streamer at their company. Because Ray loves singing and dancing and needed a source of income to support her newborn, she jumped at the opportunity. This is kind of where Ray entered her Oshinoko arc because while she was doing her idol activities, she had to keep it.
That is very specifically like Oshinoko. I guess you know, I forget the main girl's name in Oshinoko, but she became an idol first and then had kids. But was Reika asked to become an idol after the fact, or was she already singing and dancing and doing idol stuff and then got an opportunity? I'm not sure. Everybody, this is after the video, Andrew. I realized while editing this, I often called Ray Reika, and I didn't realize at all at the time. So you might hear that a few times. I don't know if I ever switch it back. I feel like I probably just call Ray Reika the whole time, just so you're aware. Apologies. Let's continue.
Secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this new idol side because she was getting more popular as an idol streamer and was actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain point, Ray felt the burden of lying to her fans. But on a much more important note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards VTubing.
Oh, okay,
But
so definitely
why
not
VTubing.
a VTuber
Originally,
then.
I performed as an idol without concealing my face, but I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event. Witnessing how much they enjoyed performing and how brightly they shone on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing.
That's incredible. Honestly, that's actually insane to me. Like going from an actual like idol, I don't know, maybe not like big time, but an idol making money, doing the thing, showing your face, and then just having a good time with VTubers and being like, I want to do that. That's insane. That's amazing. That's the fucking power of VTubers,
I
man.
was also deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting is that this new VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in her streams.
My daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side. As expected, baby Reika would cry for milk every few hours. I don't have anyone close to me whom I can trust Reika to, and I think it's impossible to hide the truth while doing streaming activities alone.
One other thing that Ray mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's growth and memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was included in her streams because she is so precious. I mean, look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Boroland.
Oh.
見せたいね。サンリオピューロランドっていうのがあるんですよ。
Personally, my favorite part of this dynamic is when
Oh my god. Listen, I'm a guy who doesn't really want kids, but that's just precious. That's amazing. I'm surprised she actively chose to, I'm gonna have my kid on stream with me and give them a VTuber model. That's kind of crazy. Now, I would have never thought of something like that. And I think honestly, it's weirdly, that is, no, maybe not weirdly, but that kind of thing is usually frowned upon, which is interesting. At least, I guess it super depends because I don't know how popular it is globally, but there's at least some sort of trend in America. It might be dying out at this point where like family vloggers, like the mom and the dad are like the main vloggers, but they like exploit their kids during the videos and stuff like that. I doubt that's what's happening in this instance. She's just streaming and then her kid has a model that she can take so she can take care of the child while she's streaming. It makes a lot of sense. They seem to have a good time. They get to hang out with each other. Is it considered hanging out if your mom is parenting you? I don't know.
when Reika
Moving on.
would jump on for a karaoke stream and sing with her mother.
Oh.
こっちに出ていこう。ね、ごめんなさい。はい。ごめんなさい。はい。ごめん。なんで今蹴りが入ったの？なんで今蹴り最後にしたの？
I'm thankful to God this girl isn't my niece because if she asked for pocket money at a family function,
She
I would
gets it.
deadass Venmo her $500,
She gets it.
send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a trust fund for her. Rei-san actually shared with me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute
Oh.
children's song on my mama. When that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting when the bros hand me the aux cord. What's truly amazing is how a medium like VTubing makes content like this accessible and is able to give individuals like Ray an opportunity to pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I chose to become a VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an idol or get a regular full-time job while raising a child on my own. I was a victim of stalking during my idol days, so for the sake of protecting my child's privacy,
That's way too common.
being a VTuber where I don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, Because the Vtuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with Reika.
But beyond this
That's amazing. I do want to point out, not even point out, but talk about, like, I am surprised she was able to be like a real idol with how like weak her body is and how she was talking about. Obviously she recovered from pregnancy and the toll on her body, but she did go from, do you want to save her or sir, do you want to save your daughter or your granddaughter, or were they asking the dad? I don't know. Someone was asked, and to being an idol, I'm sure there was obviously time in between that, but even now she's even considering herself or her body weak. So it's I mean, I guess she likes singing, she likes dancing, so you want the opportunity, you take the opportunity. That makes a lot of sense, I guess. It's just, it's just awesome. Honestly, what a hardworking mom.
miracle story, I also wanted to get Ray's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family structure, especially having a two-parent household. A single mother is a
You gotta imagine with how like big of a problem their birth rates are. You would have to imagine they shouldn't be doing that. Like, oh, you're a single mom? You know what? That's fine for now. You had a kid. We're happy. But no, I guess they have to keep doing this shit.
complete antithesis of this. So when a normal Japanese person initially runs into single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or even selfish for raising a child alone.
In Japan,
What do they do with the dads? The
reality
deadbeat
is that
dads?
being
What the
a single
fuck?
mother often doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a difficult financial situation, and it is not uncommon for people to think that poverty equals our own fault.
This is a common belief held by many Japanese people based on the current standings of this group. According to the scholarly paper, Evidence from Low-Income Single Mothers in Contemporary Japan, 51.4% of single mother households in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among developed countries. Many people just overlook how hard it is of truly raising a kid alone in Japan.
No matter how hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child, or I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is,
How the fuck are they supposed to raise their child? How are they supposed to raise their child and you won't give them a job? Fucking pissed off right now.
However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
I could definitely feel Ray's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am, Reika's adorable smile always heals me. Or observes that children mimic what parents do as they grow up. That's why I have to work hard to be a role model for my daughter. When I hear these deep, meaningful answers about being a single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Ray. My respect for her only grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
You don't have to be perfect, and don't work too hard. The worst thing that can happen is for a parent to fall ill, especially a single parent. I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My viewers scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
What I just like about Ray's story is that it provides so much hope. She's able to show people that there's always a way, despite your circumstances or the way people label you. For me though, at a certain point, I straight up asked her, how in the world did you persevere through all these life challenges? For her specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing day to day with her physically weak body. To that question, she had a short but profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul.
Oh,
The person who never gives up until the end will undoubtedly succeed. These
oh. I'm sorry. I was just like patiently like sitting here listening, and that hurt my heart. Oh my God.
two phrases have always remained in my heart. Since I was young, I have experienced various illnesses and long-term hospitalizations. Even now, I often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This has been the story of Otsuka Rei and her inspiring story of being a single mother VTuber raising her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her in any way, all of her social info will be down below. She has expressed deep interest in interacting with overseas fans, so don't be afraid in showing her some love. I will also be assisting her in this really monumental project that US fans will appreciate. So
What the
be on
hell,
lookout
man?
for that. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going to indulge in my 20th replay of Reika-chan belting out Loligot Requiem. So peace!
Oh my god, that was a beautiful story. I'm gonna keep it for real with you guys. That was kind of insane. It was. I'm inspired. I don't have a kid. I don't plan on having a kid. I'm inspired to work hard, because if this woman who I don't know can be like a single mom, streamer, VTuber, work as hard as she can with a weak body, and she just seems so happy, brother. Why am I sad? What the hell, man? What the hell, man? That was amazing. I need to subscribe to her. Like right now. Beautiful, beautiful story. There is a part 2. If you guys would like me to watch the part 2, let me know in the comments. And then possibly we can do that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys also subscribe to Ray. And have a wonderful day.